Hello, hello. If you guys can hear me, let me know, and we'll get started right away. I'm just gonna like mess with the audio settings real quick. I think some things got scrambled, but hopefully you can hear me right now. You should be able to. Yeah, everything should be fine. You can hear me? Perfect. All right, let's get started then. I'll also be in commentators chat just so you guys can hear me without having to run the stream in the background. Oh, whoops, I clicked starting queue. Yeah, we're all good. Should be fine now. Anyway, let's create the event here. Or start the stage, rather. Something not working there, Picado? What's wrong? Anyway. Yeah, the stage has started. I'll mute my mic. Everybody's coming in. Perfect. So as you can see, we have 0 null against Toasted Bread. Let's get them both in now. Pecola said he'll be late. Might not even be able to attend, but he let me know in advance, so we'll just skip over his match when it comes. Thankfully, it's later, so hopefully that won't even be a problem. Oh yes, I'll be using competition calls, actually. It's possible some of you don't have the role yet, but I'll take care of that as the issue pops up, if it does. I know everybody who's in the tourney, so that won't be an issue. And we have Ruddy here, who's a newer player, but he's actually a really good Isabella player, so he'll be someone to watch out for. We got Favkas in here. He's back after a little bit of a hiatus. We got Pecola, Maestro Cake, Zero Null, Toasted Bread, Oaken, and Vinard. These people do not need any introduction at all. Wrath's, I'd say, a very seasoned player at this point, a good Samuel player. But he might surprise us, you never know. Your bet's on Toasted. Yeah, he's definitely a contender. As for tips on how to improve longsword, I think the best way really is to just play against the other experienced players, really. And just take advantage of the versatility, too, as you get more advanced. But focus on the basics to start off. And don't get too impatient. A lot of people think longsword is way more powerful than it actually is. If you get impatient, you can be pretty easy to punish. Yeah, practice, practice. That's exactly the best thing you should do. Or you can do. Yeah, longswords make you feel powerful. Don't get too deep into the power trip, so to speak. That's probably a good piece of advice. But take advantage of it nonetheless. As you practice, you'll get better at it and whatnot. So Toasted has not shown up yet, which is not really like him. But we can always skip over him, and then I know the rules say like after the first round we'll like disqualify people. I'll actually wait until round two because of the way the brackets are set up. And once round two is concluded, that's the only then will we actually start disqualifying people. And hopefully Piccolo will be here by that point. And that's fair for everyone, I would say. So we'll actually move on, Zero. If Toasted Bread is around, he'll definitely show up. So let's move on to Oaken against Vineyard. I don't want to waste too much time. Hang on, I gotta ping. Oh, 1 sec. Okay, I just kicked Zero. That sucks. Okay. Go ahead and click the link again, Zero. And I got your message, Toasted. Don't worry. Oh, well. Don't top chop all the time? Yeah, definitely. Make use of the angles. That's a really good point. Isabella has a variety of different angles you can attack from, for instance. Zera as well, actually. So, and some of them are angles that maybe, especially an inexperienced player, might not see coming. Yeah, definitely don't be predictable. If you're predictable, you're easy to counter. Betting on me, thank you. I believe that's Kexoid there. Yeah, so we're just waiting for Toasted now. He shouldn't be too much longer. And we know he's here, so it's perfect. FYI, Zero, you are on the left, just so you know. How have you guys been doing, by the way? Let me know in the chat. The new guy, not the foot soldier helmet. Yeah, some people are definitely really excited for him. I think I heard something about how he will have a more basic fighting style than the others, but the helmet will allow him to at least defend against head hits and stuff, so he'll fight like, the average seasoned foot soldier would rather than a fencing master of sorts. And I see the link died toasted, so that's probably what you're messaging. Oh, he had to re-authenticate it, yeah. This is a good tip, by the way. If you guys don't use Parsec for a while, it makes you re-authenticate your account. So it's something even the most experienced players have to deal with if they're not careful. So just log into Parsec fairly regularly, even if you don't intend to use it really. I think that would fix the problem. I haven't dealt with it because of that. So yeah, he's reached my player role too. Helps that he's got a straight sword. Definitely a mix between cutting and thrusting too, because his sword is good at both in theory. My understanding is side sword is pretty much 50-50 split between stabbing and cutting, so if anyone does side sword, feel free to correct me. You may need to move on. Things aren't going too smoothly. No, it's fine. If you're able to, I guess I'll move on, yeah, but uh, I'll come back to you after the second round because I haven't heard anything from Vinard, and I want to make sure he's here. All right, let's move on. We'll come back to you though. Worst case scenario, just make a new account, and it's not really that big of a deal, but obviously that's not ideal if you can avoid it. Okay, so Oaken and Vinard, this would be a good one. Peckola's here? Perfect. Wow, we haven't even really started, so that's good. Okay, Vineyard and Oaken. I know Oaken's here, so that's not a problem. Oh, don't need to send 2 links. It's really a fancy arming sword is what it is. It's if you gave an arming sword a more complex hilt, that's pretty much what a side sword is. It's obviously a modern classification. They didn't really have that sort of classification back then. They just called them swords, but you know. It's useful for us though because we like to differentiate between more thrusty swords and more well-rounded swords. So, granted, the term side sword was used, but that mainly describes just a sword that you wear at your side, not a specific type. So, yeah. But yeah, it is definitely a mix in that sense. It looks a bit rapier-fied because it looks very fancy. Anyway, Oaken's here. We're waiting for Vineyard. If you're around Vineyard, you're up. It says he's online, oddly enough, but I haven't heard anything from him. Maybe he just woke up. I know he likes napping. Alright, I'm not going to make you guys wait for too much longer. We're just going to move on again to round 2. Or actually, let's see if Toasted resolved his problem. I'll just message him quickly. This always happens at the beginning. There's some kind of technical issue, whether it's authentication or, Parsec being stupid or whatever. So this is perfectly normal. But once we resolve these issues, the tourney usually goes very smoothly. Yeah, hey Pecola. You never know. New players have surprised us before, but I totally understand as well. It's definitely a lot of pressure for a new player, and I've been there, so I definitely know how that feels. Alright, just gonna wait for a response from Toasted if I can. If not, we'll have to actually move on to Pecola against Meister Cake. So, Pecola, you're up actually right away, it turns out, according to these numbers. Yeah, I'm not getting anything from Toasted, so. Alright, let's get Pecola in. Hopefully Maestro is here. That is true. Attorney is a good learning experience. I sort of jumped into them right away. And I did learn a lot from it despite having my ass kicked at first. Okay, Picolo's here. I see Maestro in the chat. That's Ethan over there. Yeah, just keep at it. Even if it means dying a lot, and you'll get better. Alright, so I know for a fact Maestro's here. That's good to know. And I know Oaken's here, and I know Pecola's here. And Toasted's here. And Zero's here. So most people are here at this point. It's really just Vineyard who isn't at the moment, I think. And haven't heard anything from Ruddy. I know Wrath is here. Yeah, exactly right. We all start somewhere. Okay, Maestro is in. Let me adjust the names. Pecola, you get the left side. The way we're doing it, for those who are not aware, is whoever's on the top of the bracket, that's decided randomly, is the one who gets the left side to start off. We switched them out after the first round, and then the third round is decided randomly, the sides for that round. So that's how we do it. And I think I gave you keyboard. Yes, I did. Perfect. So this match should go pretty quick, guys. We are now getting into the swing of things, so. Okay, I might need to back out. That sometimes happens as well. Second time around should work smoothly. I think controller's better personally, but some people prefer keyboard. Controller just seems so much easier. There's stuff that you do in the game that just seem impossible to me on keyboard, but that's just my opinion. Controller seems more smooth overall. Plus, the in-game notation is built around controller, so if you want to read it, it's a bit easier that way. Yeah, Pekla, you're on the left. Oh, that's all that was. He was just wondering. Alright, go ahead, Pekla. There we go. Oh, he selected both sides, I think, by mistake. That happens. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point as well. The keyboard controls for the right side are awful. The left side, I think they're okay. I haven't really used them, but some people make them work, though. It's not hopeless. Okay. I don't know what is going on with Pekla. So that's not me. Yeah, something is clearly amiss. Jinx, okay, he's gonna restart his PC. Man, issue after issue. But we'll get through it. Alright, I think I'll just let you back in, is what I'll do. I'll cancel that link. Just click that one when you're ready. Whew. Yeah, everybody's having issues, it seems. Though Oaken was fine. Oaken got in. Zero Null got in, so that's good. It's just that Vinard's not here. And Toasted has to deal with whatever was going on. Jank chased you again. That's okay. Just let me know when you're getting in case it doesn't notify me. A reminder that this tourney does count for a champion title as well, since we have 10 players. We needed a minimum of 10, at least in the elimination format. So you'll get a fancy color if you win, and a title, so. Okay, hopefully it works now. Can run from jank, but it will always find you. Yep, that's just the reality of this game. And really any physics-based game, but this one in particular, since it's early access and whatnot, but for the most part, it works really well. So, and this is our first fight, Pekla against Maestro Cake. Both of these fighters are really good longsword players. Pekla, a master of Zera, Maestro, a master of Isabella, and they start off with a double, as often happens with these longsword fights. Yeah, it is a bit janky, but I think overall it's been smoothened out lately. That was a good sidestep by Maestro for his point. Both of them feeling each other out a bit, and then they get this really dangerous exchange where Pekla gets it. Yeah, we're really lucky to have such a big PvP scene, at least relatively big, considering the size of the game. And hopefully it continues growing. Upward cut by Maestro, but Pekla is ready for it, and immediately punishes with the Holy Stance. Pekla rushes in, but Maestro immediately punishes. Maestro is very good at the counter-striking game, as we saw there. And Pekla likes rushing in, as we also saw. And Maestro gets in the pocket. I actually thought he was a bit better off at first, but Peklo was able to recover. And then he does the holy stance but feints and then goes backwards and hits Maestro's head. Maestro thought he could shoot in. And now Maestro's going with high guard, probably trying to punish, but he runs right into the blade and gets stabbed through the neck. Very well done by Peklo with the holy stance, showing us why he has his holy stand title. All right. Let's switch sides. Maestro Cake will need to find a way to adjust here. I feel like Peklo is dictating the pace of the fight, whereas Maestro is trying to catch up. Yeah, he's feeling the flow of battle, that's for sure. Maestro going straight for Isabella, no hesitation. He's going to have to change up something in his strategy, though, or he'll be eliminated. This is single elimination, so there's no second chances. Except in the bronze bracket to get third place. That's the only exception. Okay, so Pekla gets a point here. Very good windmill to the head. Holy stance, doesn't land it. Maestro gets 2 stabs, but unfortunately his second stab didn't really connect well. And Pekla has a second point. Pekla if there's Werchow, but then he cancels into a retreating cut to the head. And Maestro hasn't made anything happen yet, but he's not out of this yet. I would not count him out. Low guard by Maestro, a little bit dangerous, but I think it's a bait. Upward cut. Both of them staying just out of range. Pekla is still, to his credit, being quite cautious when he needs to be. But that was a good hit to the head. Yeah, Pekla is definitely one of the favorites here from what we're seeing. Pekla pushing the aggression here with lots of baits, and then upward cut and downward cut for a perfect round. Unfortunately, Maestro, you are already out of the tourney, but Pekla did an excellent job. Thank you for showing up. 2-0. Okay, I guess I'll do my match with Ruddy and see if he's here. Sorry, Favkis, you can't fight yet because we gotta sort this bracket out. And for Wrath, we've gotta sort this bracket out. So I'm just gonna see if Ruddy's here. And we'll work from there. Yeah, very beautiful Zero place. It's resolved now. Okay, actually what we'll do then is we'll do 0-0 against Toasted Bread. Because I know Zero is really itching for a fight right now, and I'm sure Toasted is too. Perfect. So let's glad to have you here, Toasted, my fellow Canadian. Rooting for you. Okay, Zero's in right away. Very characteristic of him. Hang on. Alright, Toasted is in. Perfect. And Zero Null, you are on the left. Alright, perfect. Oh, you're Ruddy, by the way. Perfect. So I know you're here. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, Toasted hasn't had a lot of practice, he says, but I still have faith in him. Power of wholesale Costco is too powerful. Yeah. Sounds about right. We love Costco up here, too. And we're seeing a Zeramir, actually. Zero is a bit brave to do that, but he's been doing well with Zera in our spars, and Zera's definitely one of his mains as well. So, and Toasted Bread here is a Zera master, so that's why I say it's a very brave pick to go for the mirror. But maybe he feels that's his best option, and here he goes for a windmill and gets a quick kill. Good job by Zero. Toasted Bread going for a sidestep, but Zero immediately punishes it. Zero might be another favorite here. But Toasted gives Zero a taste of his own medicine with that rush. We've seen 3 Zeras so far. Definitely a dominant pick so far. And we're seeing some holy stance action by Toasted. I think it's a bait. Yeah, it's a bait, and Zero took it. So it's 2-2. Evenly matched so far. Toasted rushing him with a push. And I don't think Zero is used to being bullied like this. He's called the push king. Zero usually likes being really aggressive, so when an opponent suddenly turns on the aggression, it can catch him off guard. But that was a really good counter strike by Zero. A good adjustment. 3-3. And Zero rushes in this time with the windmill and ends up doubling. Okay, some sidestepping here by Toasted. Canceling. Oh, Zero gets him. Maximum range there. Very well played. But then Toasted with the holy stance. Alright, this is coming down to the last flag. Toasted tried to land the push again, but Zero seemed to be ready for it and actually pushed him in turn. So well done by Zero. Zero taking the first round. Perhaps Toasted should have been wary of doing the same thing again, but it was working well at first, so I don't blame him. It's always a question. If something's working really well, do you do it again or do you change it up? Sometimes changing it up can get you killed equally too, so. Alright, we're seeing the Zera mirror again. I'm not surprised. Will Zero take it? Okay, some canceling by both. Zero going in with a thrust. That was a bit risky. Toasted landing a thrust of his own. Very well done after that cut. And then cut to the head by Toasted, but no kill. Toasted again gets a cut, and then finally kills. Alright, holy stance by Toasted. Zero. Oh, he's getting very close, and in doing so, those swings actually go over his head, because Zero sometimes is not so great in the pocket, so Zero was able to take advantage of that a little bit. Good aggression. Ooh, that stab doesn't reach him, and he gets cut as he does so by Toasted. Toasted rushes in, and again it works, that push. So again, I don't blame him for doing it. I think he might have gotten his range wrong the last round. That might have been the problem. Definitely a lot of this rushing going on. Zeronov, the windmill, forces the double despite the counter-strike. So well done by him. Zeronov is by no means out of it. Out of this round, that is. And then nicely done. I think Toasted actually delayed the timing on that second swing there, and it fooled Zero into thinking it was a flat-out cancel. But Zero manages to catch Toasted as he rushes in. So okay, big swing by Zero. I think it's a bait. Windmill. Toasted punishes him. All right. So Toasted has a point. Zero Null has a point. We'll roll the die to see who gets what side. Is what we'll do. Way this works is the one on top wants an even number, and the one on the bottom wants an odd number. So Zero wants an even number here. All right. Okay, it's actually a 1, and that means Toasted, you get to pick the side. You would like the left side. Okay, perfect. So I don't have to change. I press quick. Wow. That sometimes... yeah, it's fun. Messing with OBS sometimes makes it easy to click on stuff by mistake, so that's fine. We'll be right back in, and Toasted will get the left. That means I don't need to change the names or anything. There we go, finally in. Stupid menu. Sometimes you have to click a bunch of times is all, but it's not a big deal. Misinput indeed, yep. But yeah, this is the third round, the first third round we've had, second fight we've had, so it's good to see. And that's a kill for Zero. Very well done. Toasted rushing in, Zero actually being the one who backs off. He's usually known for being someone who always moves forward. Okay, some cuts. Thrust, but it does not land, and Toasted gets a kill. This might come down to the last flag here. That's a matter of debate, I suppose, as to who has the better longsword. If you want a bigger one, certainly Zera's is better. If you want a shorter one, then Isabella's is better. Isabella's is closer to the stereotypical bastard sword, so yeah, exactly. They're good at different things. That's a good point. Depends on the style you want to use too. Some styles are geared towards longer weapons, it seems, based on the manuals we have, so and the suggestions some of the masters give. So yeah, Pecco's right. And so we got a hit by Toasted there, and also a hit by Zero Null. They're both a bit tired. They have to watch their stamina. This could lead to some interesting exchanges. Holy stands by Toasted, and unfortunate whiff by Zero Null. He got a cut with the false edge, but it didn't seem to register. It was a slight hit, I think, compared to what Toasted landed, to be fair, so there is that as well. Zero trying to make something happen with that aggression, and he does, but that, oh my goodness, that tired swing nearly killed him. But Zero Null manages to recover. Is he better at keeping distance? Yeah, I can see that. She's more grounded than Zera. Zera's kind of a brutal drunkard. And so Zero Null gets a kill. Zero Null needs one more. Toasted only needs two, though. All to play for. Toasted rushes in, but Zero shuts down the center line and cuts him. Well played. And that means Zero Null will fight Favkus. GG to both players. That was well done. Oh, whoops. Toasted has won a fight as well. Can't forget that. And I'll have Rudy come in now, because I know Rudy's here. And I'll disqualify Vinard if he doesn't show up by then. I'll give him another ping at least, though. Oh, yes, you don't have the roll, do you? Hang on. I'll get that sorted out real quick. Oh, yeah, you said you were here earlier. My apologies. Anyway, I'll give you the roll now. Competition participant. Okay. We changed the name of that roll, so. But that's all good. Here you are. Here's the link. We've sparred quite a bit, so I'm excited to see what you'll achieve here. And you did really well. And I get the left side. Okay. Let me just sort that out real quick. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it was for sure. And Rudy has controller, as I recall, so that should be fine. Oh, I can't move. That's really weird. Hang on. I'm just gonna manually back out here. I might have selected by mistake. That also could be. Alright, here we go. Perfect, I can move now. I'm actually gonna try something here. I'm gonna go with Marbash. Little theory on my part, because I was experimenting with him a little bit against Isabella. So, we'll see how it goes. Oh yes, I'm gonna be pretty quiet for this one. Okay, nicely done. I promise I wasn't using him to mess with you. I was just, there was a theory that I had that maybe Barabash is slightly better than Alex against Busy. I'm not so sure about that, but then again, I need more practice, so. Nicely done. Rudy is a very good player too, so. I'm gonna use someone I'm more familiar with now, because that's not gonna end well. Otherwise, go ahead. You're on the left now. Yep. Now the question is, Alex or Isabella? Let's go Isabella. Alright, GG. Should have done that from the start, but hey, it's a learning experience. Alright, let's roll the dice here and see who gets what side. 4. And that means I get to pick. We're going to go with the left side here. So you're going to get the right side. Very good effort that second round too, actually. You did make me work for it. I had to think about a lot of the stuff I was doing, so you should definitely be very happy with how you're doing here. Even some Isabella mains cannot overcome my Barbash, so anyway, let's see how this goes. Alright, GG. I think there were times where you let your impatience get the best of you, but when you didn't, you sure made me work for it. And like Venator's saying here, you've demonstrated some really good fight IQ, so very good game. I certainly couldn't mess around against you. I had to play very solid to defeat you, so GG. Good game. Of course, Koala saying that he taught you everything. That's a classic meme on the server, of course. But of course he has, right? So the second round is essentially concluded. Let's just get a Favkis in here. I'll give Vinard the maximum amount of time and see what happens. Sorry you have to wait so long, Wrath, but that's just how it is. Making sure he gets my GG there. Now, Favkis is a very good Saber player. We haven't seen him a lot lately, but I'm sure he'll put on a good show nonetheless. Yeah, yeah, it was fun, wasn't it, man? Yeah. I'll tell you what, you had my heart racing too. I was worried I'd make some mistakes and you'd capitalize on them. I certainly did in the fights there. Especially with Barbash, I think I did some rookie stuff with him that I usually wouldn't do, and you capitalized well, so. Alright, Favkis, you get the left. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, Favkis. Yeah, exactly. I think I noticed it when we were fighting that you were getting anxious at times, and I was trying to take advantage of that by adopting a more Counter-Strike heavy style. But as long as you avoided getting anxious, I found you were very hard to deal with, a hard nut to crack for sure. But once I drew you in, I found countering was a bit easier. Okay, so Favka's going with Barabash, and he gets the first kill. No problem, man. Hope to see you in more of these events. And then Zero gets actually a kill right in the opening too. Favkas probably doesn't have any experience against the new Marta. Marta has a blade length change, so we'll see how that goes. He'll have to deal with that increased reach, but so far he's doing it well. He closed in there with the cuts and killed. Another kill by Favkas, that long guard cut. Zero has some support in the chat. Nice retreating thrust and then a second thrust. Okay, Zero with that retreating thrust again, and he does the downward one at the last second, hitting the face. So far, pretty evenly matched, which is really good to see. I'd say Barabash used to be miles better than Marta, but now it's at least looking a bit more even. But Favkas is proving that his skills have not diminished. He's not rusty whatsoever. And of course, Pekala wants to fight Favkas' Sabers, so they both have some support in the chat. Good thrust by Zero, actually. Covering the center line with that thrust, and then hitting the face. So there wasn't much Favkas could have done there, actually, I don't think. Going with long guard, but his blade gets beat. And Zero Null with a perfect thrust to follow it up. I think that reach allows Marta to at least attack a little bit more than usual. Good blade beat again. Favkas lands a panic cut there, and they both hit each other. I think Zero is limping, though. That's not good. Favkas still taking his time a little bit, though. He doesn't rush in blindly, because that hasn't ended well before. And Zero gets a bit of a cut, but unfortunately the Rapier is not very good at cutting compared to the Saber, so Favkas actually gets it. Well played by both fighters. Very good to see these mismatched weapon matches. They're also fun in their own way. Some suggestions for Zero in the chat. Okay, Zero is actually going with Zera now. He's using the character that was battle tested today, so that's good. It might have been a bit of a mistake, actually, to go with Marta, considering the practice he has with Zera. But then again, Favkas with an opening kill to the arm. Zero perhaps underestimating the reach of the Saber a little bit. And another kill by Favkas. Zero trying to thrust, but I would say he was a bit too close. Expert Barabash play here by Favkas. Windmill by Zero, but he can't quite follow it up, and Favkas gets a third kill. Textbook Barabash play against Zero, I would say. Showing me how it's done. Upward cut to the arm, and Zero can't even block it. Zero made no effort to block it. I think Zero expected it to get blocked, which is unfortunate. But that was a good kill by Zero. Zero can still bring this back. And there's a double. Favkas is from a lineage of anti-monk Saber gang. Yeah, he's definitely a very good player. And there's a hit to the head. Trying to go for that upward slash, which is one of Barabash's most deadly moves, but it doesn't quite work here. good cut by Fofkos, and Zero has low stamina. This is not good because only one flag is needed here. But he gets a good thrust, and then a cut to the head. A bit lucky on Zero Null's part, but that's sometimes how it goes, and he managed to pull through. It's kind of the beauty of this game being, semi-realistic. Stuff like this can happen, and Fofkos gets it. But very good effort by Zero. He did not give up, and he managed to put up a good fight in that second round. So, and actually the first round too with Marta, that was a very close one. So Fofkos moves on, and he'll be fighting Pekola. So I'm gonna ping Vinard one last time, and if Vinard does not respond, then I'll have to eliminate him. I'll try and message him too, actually. Yeah, if he doesn't respond to that, then not much can be done. I'll give him like a minute or something to respond. It's been a while. So, almost an hour, in fact, since start time, so. Yeah, Fofka's coming back with a bang. Already in the semifinals. Okay, Oaken is definitely here. It says Vinard's online, so I'm not sure what's up with him. Yeah, he often doesn't show up to these tourneys. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Definitely far from the first time, but ban. Yeah, sadly he's also a mod, so that's not possible, but maybe he forgot. Yes, that's totally possible. I did message him directly though, so I mean, at this point there's not much else that I can do. So, Oaken moves on at this point. It's in the rules, after the first round you're disqualified, so it is what it is. And Wrath's here, so we can just move on straight to this fight, and we'll see who gets to fight me in the semifinals, which will be awesome. And I don't know why I kicked you, but I did, Oaken. Anyway, here you go. It's just reflex. I just kick people instinctively after a match is concluded. Keeps things smooth, but results in situations like that, too. Blacklisted. Yeah, I mean, those do show up as losses on your record, so. Smurfing. Be crazy if he was. Okay, Wrath is in, Oaken's in. And Oaken, of course, needs keyboard. And Wrath, you're gonna get the left side here. Gave you pit stains, wow. Yeah, I'll win. Don't you worry about that. I'm glad he had a blast though. That's always really good to hear. Alright, let's go. That sounds like him. Okay. Hang on. Wrath might actually need keyboard too. Let me just I'll give it to him anyway. Maybe a bit of a delay, or he doesn't know he's on the left. I'm just gonna check real quick. Alright, I'll let him know. Delay going hard. Okay, that's what's going on. Do you want me to just get you a new link? Yeah, let's try that. I'll just kick you, and then I'll let you back in. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. I think, yeah, Rat's definitely from Europe or something, so. His ping was pretty comparable to Oaken's, though, so it wasn't, like, overly huge, but it was there. Okay, let's hope the delay gets better. Thankfully, we haven't had issues with that with anyone else, so. Playing from South America, okay. Or South Asia? South America, most likely. Yeah, South America, okay. Yeah, that's pretty far, actually. It's easy to forget that, that distance matters. His ping was more like 200 the last I checked, but maybe I missed that. Hang on. Yeah, it's like 200 something. Pretty high nonetheless. Higher than I would like, certainly. Gotta give you credit, though, for coming out here from Brazil, for sure. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be getting better. Who's the other Brazilian? I forget his name. There was another guy. Oh, is it working now? Perfect. I just had to back out. Yeah, I forget the dude's name, but there's definitely another Brazilian. Anyway, Wrath on the left, Oaken on the right. And we're seeing Samuel against Laszlo. Oaken with the first kill, though, with the retreat cut. As Wrath tried to come in for a stab. Good to see people from South America lately, too, actually. Lately, the scene has been dominated by EU players and North American players, and a bit of Asian players. But mostly the former two, so it's really good to see. Well, okay, as I'm talking, Oaken just got 3 points. It doesn't bode well for Wrath. Wrath is fighting a very experienced Laszlo player here, who has also warmed up well with me, so not sure if Wrath has warmed up. So a lot of disadvantages against him here, regardless of skill. But I'm sure he can pull through here. That was a really good hit, actually. He managed to get some damage in there. Forces a double, though. Problem is Laszlo is so much better in the pocket than Samuel is. Samuel wants to maintain distance, Easier said than done against a slippery fighter like Laszlo, but that was a good parry with the upward slash to follow it up, and then he hits him again. Wrath isn't out of it yet. Hope to see a good comeback. And then a false edge cut, and then a cut to the head. I don't think Oaken expected to be hit with a false edge. I didn't even see it coming myself. I thought Oaken was going to drop that on his head and it would be over. So Wrath being a bit aggressive here, and it's thankfully a double, but he has to be very careful with that. Laszlo has some good side steps as well. And Oaken rushes right in. Surprisingly, Wrath actually gets another double. Very lucky for him. He needs to find a way to cleanly hit Laszlo, and unfortunately, that cut opened him right up to a thrust from Oaken. So that was really well done by Oaken. Alright, good effort by Wrath, though. That was not an easy fight. Switch sides. I imagine Wrath's going to stick with Samuel, as he should, because Samuel is the character he's familiar with. Alright, go ahead. Glad to see it's at least working now. I hope the delay isn't too bad still. And after this, we'll be into the semifinals. So we're actually pretty close to being done. Keep in mind there is a bronze match, though. So if you lose in the semifinals, you still have a second chance to try and get third. So here we see a trade. And I think that benefits Laszlo a bit more, and it does here. Laszlo is just a bit quicker than Samuel is, at least when it comes to cutting speed. Samuel's faster when it comes to recovery, to be fair, but I don't think Wrath is taking too much advantage of that, so these trades probably benefit Laszlo a bit more. Certainly in the pocket they do. Granted, Samuel hits pretty hard as well, so it's not, like, completely hopeless or anything. Yeah, that thrust from Laszlo is actually pretty deadly. It's funny, sometimes it doesn't hit very hard, and other times it'll just absolutely destroy you. Oh, that was an interesting rush attack by Wrath. A bit of a delay there probably as a result of location, sadly. But he forces a double. Yeah, it's like Laszlo has a bit of Marie in him sometimes when he stabs. And then there's a cut. Actually, a 1-2 combo. And Wrath has to figure something out here. I see what he's going for. Unfortunately, he exposed his head. And, Laszlo is very good at managing distance, so that turned out to be pretty easy to punish, but nonetheless, good effort by Wrath. Sounded like you're having a rough time with the delay and stuff, so I hope it wasn't too bad. And now we're into the semifinals. We're actually going to do Favkis against Pekola first, and then I'll fight Oaken. The loser of the semifinals, again, goes into the bronze match, so stick around, even if you lose. Here you guys go. Favkis, you get the left again. Yeah, he does it all the time, from my experience as well. It's actually very effective with Laszlo, believe it or not. Okay, we're just waiting for Favkas, I believe. Yeah. Favkas put on a really good show earlier. And Rav says GG's. Yeah, that's true. Whether you're moving forward or not really changes the damage you can get with the thrust. Since it's all physics-based, so, the forward force applies more pressure into that area, and then you get stabbed more. So in theory, the stab goes in deeper. Alright, Favkas on the left, Pekla on the right. You know what would be really cool, though, is if the game implemented a way for blades to get stuck after thrusts, because that's actually a problem that stabs can have. Where if you over-penetrate your opponent, what can happen is your blade just gets really stuck in, and you have to take a moment to pull it out. It's kind of already in the game, I suppose, because, if you thrust and you're too close or something like that, you get hit in the head. Might result in a double, etc., but could be a cool little detail at the very least. But you have to question if thrust would be nerfed even more if that happens, so, these are all things to consider. And Pekla is going with Kalkstein here, and that sidestep thrust with a kill. And not all thrusts get stuck quite as badly, too. That's only if you, over-penetrate generally. Anyway, let's focus on the fight here. Exchange. Pekla really has to watch his stamina here. And unfortunately for him, Favkas gets in there with a good cut. Favkas seems to have really high morale, but he has to be careful with those stabs. Kalkstein is also better than I think he used to. He's used to, so he might have to adapt a little bit. But he adapted well to Marta, so I don't doubt his ability to do so. They both trade there, but Favkas it's the better end of it. Barabash has really powerful cuts, so it worked well. Yeah. Okay, so Pekla, a bunch of stabs, using his broadsword like a rapier in a lot of cases, but it's working really well. Kalkstein has some powerful cuts, but in this case, he might want to really use those stabs, as we're seeing. Well, he turns that cut there into a thrust, which was well executed. A little hit, and then Pekla follows it up. Really well done. And then there's a downward cut to the arm. Very well done by Pekla. Good distance management. Favkas needs to find a way to close in. Pekla is definitely another favorite in this tourney. I'm glad the tourney's going really smoothly too. Now that we fixed up those issues, it's amazing to think it's only been an hour. In a lot of cases, we do like 2 or 3 hours. So, but that's just the nature of the format we're doing. That's sort of what I was going for anyway. I wanted a quicker Thursday tourney, ideally. But if we got like 20 people or something, I wouldn't have minded either. I have plenty of free time, so that would have been fun too. So Pekla is going with Zera now, but unfortunately, I think Favkas has plenty of experience with that already, and gets a really clean kill right off the bat, and then an upward slash. That was perfectly timed by Favkas. You'd never know he took a hiatus with the level he's playing at. Good parry riposte, but he's not quite close enough. Good, Favkas knew he was in danger there, so he backed away. Pekla's doing some baiting there, and he manages to hit Favkas in the head. And Favkas lands an A cut, but unfortunately Pekla's cut was more powerful. Yeah, Favkas needs to avoid the trading. He needs to just get clean hits like so. He knows what to do. Very good next cut. Peklo with some rushing, but he backs away. He wanted Favkas to counter so that he could land a hit. So that was very calculated on Peklo's part. And I think Favkas saw it coming too. That's why he stayed still. So very good play by both of them. Parry riposte. Oh my goodness, very close. That's actually dangerous for Peklo. Peklo is right to retreat there. Then they trade. But Favkas took a bit more damage, I would say. Upward cut by Favkas, going for the snipes. But Peklo backs away. Both fighters showing they're very experienced here. But Favkas gets a kill. Favkas needing one more. Very good Barabash play. Some of the best Barabash play I've seen recently, so. And there's a kill for Peklo. And another kill for Peklo. Nicely done. Upward slash. And then, wow. So Favkas takes it. Alright, so that switch might not have been ideal. We gotta roll the dice here. 5. That means Peklo, you get to pick. So let me know. Right side, okay. Interesting. I guess you did better on the right side, so that makes sense. And I guess you also did a lot of sparring on the right side, so if I recall correctly, so some people prefer it too. There's that as well. Not that the side matters that much, but some people have slight preferences. And I somehow clicked the damn right of way mode. That's what I mean by this menu being so bugged. But here we go. Alright, so Favkas left, Peklo right. Peklo actually sticking with Zara, that's interesting. Kalkstein's the character that he won with, so I'm wondering what the thinking behind this is. Not that he did badly the second round, but it just didn't seem like an advantageous pick. Then again, he gets a kill right in the opening, so that's definitely good for his morale. Peklo probably knows something I don't, so I won't question it. Interesting. Peklo being a bit passive here. He wants his opponent to come in. Very good adjustment on his part. Peklo is usually very aggressive, but now he's playing more of a counter-striking style and getting Favkas to come in, which is probably what he wants. Because Favkas was doing really good with counter-striking earlier. Yep, exactly. I think some of it's also because the controller and the mouse conflict a little bit when it comes to which input should be used, so yeah, a little bit annoying. Just one of those small things Kubo will surely fix. Sidestep by Pekla. I think it was a good try, but Favkas seemed to be ready for it. Very calm. I can tell Favkas is very calm right now. And that's despite being at a disadvantage, so credit to him. Unfortunately, though, Pekla got a really good hit. So Pekla needs one more. And Pekla gets it. Very well done. I'll take back what I said about picking Zera. That turned out to be a perfect choice in the end. GG, both of you guys put up a really good fight. And Favkos, again, do not leave. You'll be fighting in the bronze match very shortly here. And I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break, but I'll let Oaken in first. Yeah, it's fun watching Favkos fight for sure. And Pekla sending him a GG there. Alright. One moment, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I thought I let you in, Oaken, but that's okay. You're in now. My bad. And alright, you have keyboard. Oh, you had to disconnect because your window bugged out. Yeah, you were having that issue. That's unfortunate, but I hope it's fixed now. You get the left side, by the way. Alright, let's go. Good luck, have fun, man. Gonna go with my main here. Alright, I'm gonna be quiet from now on. Alright, it's the first round. All right, good try, man. GG. Again, I'm gonna leave you in because you have the bronze match coming up, so don't go away. Let me just adjust the bracket here. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just where Alex's sword is exactly. So sometimes Laszlo's attacks, if you don't, I guess, get the distance right, they get blocked surprisingly easily. So I imagine if you step to the side a little bit, though, you can hit him pretty easily. That's my experience anyway. And I know Laszlo can sometimes shoot in and punish if I mess around with canceling or something. So Laszlo is a good pick, but it can be a struggle for sure. That elbow is also really exposed, so that's something he has to grapple with. Laszlo low kind of dog. Okay, Fafkus, I believe. Yep, let's get you in here. And Fafkus, you get the left again. But as we've seen with the numbers there, the right side has actually been winning far more than the left, so Fafka's being responsible for some of those wins in the left, though. Then again, we ended up Xing out that one time, so the stats aren't totally accurate, but alright, so Oaken's in. Hopefully Favkas is still around. Subtle Asian moment. Yeah, speaking of that, would you believe me if I told you that Sir Velociraptor thought I was Asian for the longest time? Because of my name and the profile pic. He thought I was one of the Asian guys like Picado or Morozov or etc. Steelman. Then he learned I was just a regular Canadian. Yeah, I don't think Favkas is here, unfortunately. Hmm. Sorry, Oaken. I'm sure you were itching for that bronze match, but uh, we'll see if he shows up later. Let's move on to the finals. She would die drinking maple tea. Yeah, I don't blame him though. I guess if you don't like hear my voice or anything. Even then though, sometimes voices can be very misleading as to the origins of somebody, so no idea. I don't drink tea. But I guess you could. I don't really see why you couldn't. You can put honey in tea. So, you know. You can certainly put maple syrup in coffee though, like syrup in general. That's something they do at Tim Hortons and many places actually. Yeah, you could argue that for sure. I guess some people say that about sugar too, so it depends on how much you put in, I suppose. But yeah, sometimes like especially at Starbucks, you put so much junk in the coffee, you're no longer drinking coffee, so you know, definitely something to be aware of. Put egg in coffee, interesting. I've heard about that too. So you get the left side, Pekla. I don't, personally, no. Some people put syrup in coffee. Not necessarily maple syrup, but just like syrup. I prefer my coffee like strong and dark, like dark roast and stuff, so putting sweet stuff in coffee tends not to be that appealing to me. I like the natural sweetness that coffee already has, in short. A really good coffee does still have a bit of sweetness to it, even without sugar or sweetener. There are some harsh dark roasts where I will still put a sweetener in or something, but I generally stay away from that sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be quiet for this one. This is the finals. I think that was lucky. My hit, I mean. Nicely done, Pekla. Oh yeah, let me deal with the names before we get into the next fight here. Next round. Not making it easy. In fact, he might take it, but I'm not gonna let him. Alright, let's go. Oh no. Yeah, you got me. Good fight. Jeez, I messed him up though. I anticipated some kind of thrust. That's why I did long guard, but that was not a good idea. All right. So Pekala is the winner. Nicely done. Holy Stance doesn't work on Alex? He just won with Holy Stance. What do you mean? Oh man, that'd be funny. Not sure what Maestro was talking about, but that's okay. I think Favkis is still absent, so. Oh, is he? You're coming, you're in bed already. Oh. Yeah, sorry there, Favkis. Are you still there? I can still let you in. GG, man. Yeah, we were doing a bronze match, so. Oak and Favkis is here, so be sure to join as well. And here's the thing, Maestro. You were talking about the blade making contact and not doing damage. The thing is, with long swords or any sort of sword that cuts, you have to be at a certain range to do the maximum amount of damage. So, if I get in Zera's face, then his cuts will not do anywhere near as much damage as they normally would be. There's a sweet spot on the blade where you ideally want to hit your opponent. So, if the crossguard bashes into my head, the game doesn't recognize that as the blade hitting. So, that's probably what was going on there. Guys. Oh man. Yeah, Holy Stance is powerful, but yeah, not OP though. Funny thing is, I dealt with it really easily in the USFC, but here I just sort of couldn't figure anything out. So, oh well. Favkus, you're on the left. That's what Zera does to you, though. It makes you scared, and you sort of forget how to deal with it. On a good day, I can bully him, but on a bad day, not so much. It's the other way around. Yeah, exactly. Zera's bad in the pocket, so. Alright, hang on, let me just back out. That might be what we need to do here. Favka should be in. Yeah, Zeri gotta manage that range, so. But Pekola did a very good job of that, actually, so. And I think I chased you a bit too much at times, because that was working before in earlier matches, but. Yeah, Pekola's been a contender for the longest time, but he's been one of those people who just hasn't quite won the title. Man, we're seeing a Saber Bronze match to end it off, which is always nice. And Oaken gets the first kill there. Favkas has been shown to not be an easy opponent, so this is a very good showing for Oaken. Oaken's definitely a very fierce Laszlo player, and Laszlo is his favorite character, as he said before, I think, so. Abandoning Calc here and going straight for Laszlo. And he's doing a very good job of punishing Favkas's whiffs. I think Favkas is trying a similar strat, but it's not quite working out for him. Laszlo's able to sort of shoot in and hit him. Then again, Favkas does get a good kill here. Good hit to the belly. And there's a double, yep. It's basically been an hour and 40 right now, so that's a pretty short tourney, which is good. And then there's some trades going on. They both, I think, see a kill shot, and they both go for it. And so it's anybody's game at that point. Yeah, definitely. Saber fights are a lot of fun to watch. I personally like Alexander Mir for myself when it comes to saber fights, but any saber fight is really good. Gideon against Alexander is also a very fun one. Very stressful one, too. But Oaken needs one more. Shoots under with a lunge and then hits Favkos. Very well done. Oaken showing he's definitely one of the best Laszlo players on the server, without a doubt. Let's see what Favkos does. Does he change or does he stick with Barabash? I almost misspelled Oaken. Thankfully, the menu's been cooperative lately, so that's good. Alright, Oaken going with Laszlo, and then Favkos sticking with Barabash. I respect that. Barabash is the character that he's been doing the best with by far, so. Alright, there's a kill for Favkos. Yeah, and yeah, our Alex mirrors are so fun. Because we both seem to have the timing too, so we get some amazing exchanges. Because Vineyard is Subutai. Imagine. Alright, so they both have a flag at this point. Good play by both of them. Some exchanges. And Oaken gets him with that really deceptive retreat slash to the arm. That's caught me a few times as well in our sparring. I was surprised I didn't fall for it this time. And there's a kill for Oaken. And another kill by Oaken, and he really timed that well after the whiff. That's been the theme of this match, is that Favkos has been punished for his whiffs. Then again, Favkos is a little bit tired, he said too, I think. He was just in bed, so. Totally get it. But very good effort by Favkos. To get this far in the tournament after a hiatus is not an easy feat. But nonetheless, Oaken takes the third place spot. Oh, somebody gave him the champion title. That's good. So Pekala is officially a champion now. And everyone's giving him congratulations. Alright, and I'm going to end the tourney here, I think. Yeah, his spacing ability was really good. And the funny thing is, I was getting some really good spacing against him, too. So maybe that was helping him think of a strat when he was fighting Favkos. Or he just was in the zone. Because Oaken is a very good Laszlo player. And Laszlo is all about that, right? He's all about the distance management and the shooting in like that. So as you can see, the final results, Pekala has won. I got second. Oaken got third. Very well played to everyone here. And a shout out to Rudy, because you also played really well. You might have been eliminated early, but you definitely gave me a fight there with Isabella. So keep at it for sure. And yeah, there is a sticks tourney, a wooden sticks tourney tomorrow, hosted by Venator, so be sure to check that out. And there is a USFC event on Saturday, so be sure to sign up for that if you're interested as well. Some events are planned for next week. I'll be available on Friday for sure, because that's Good Friday next week. So yeah, it'll be a fun week for sure. And so be on the lookout for events next week as well. Catch you guys next time.